Collective is a contemporary visual art organisation. It was founded in 1984 by a group of artists who got together after graduating from the Edinburgh College of Art. They felt it was really important that there was a space for artists that were living today to show their work in Edinburgh.
Well, I think what was really important about this site was the fact that the observatory was falling to pieces. People would get up here and then you would see this site that was kind of abandoned and overgrown within these four walls, but you weren't allowed to come in.
The whole walled site has a few different buildings in it, and they were all built at different times. The main building in the centre of the site is the City Observatory, which was built in 1818. The whole site is a very small site and very important site, and so designing spaces that fit inside it was really important to consider how we did that and still let the City Observatory be in the pride of place in the centre.
It needed to find a new sustainable future use that would mean that we could raise the money to refurbish the building, give it a new life, but obviously that had to be financially sustainable. We needed to find space for a cafe or a restaurant, which was to become the revenue stream.
And now there are two new buildings on site. One is the Lookout, which is a new restaurant which looks out over the city centre, and the other is the Hillside, our second gallery space, which is home to our Satellites programme and also has our offices in it, and that just sits neatly into the hill. Well, we've worked with collective architecture before. When we first moved up in 2013, we did a project just to refit the City Dome space. We come from a similar place in terms of wanting to work together, wanting to collaborate, wanting to bring lots of people in.
Part of the design of the gallery space was driven by the way the gallery that Collective used to have on Coburn Street worked. So that had a huge picture window. And Collective found that was quite difficult for them because a lot of people would walk past and think they'd seen the art without actually going in and engaging with it. So we really wanted to have these kind of small windows and a big door that draws you in, so people kind of are drawn in and then discover the art once they're in there.
The telescopes were here to mark the transit of time, tell accurate time, and this was the first place where you could get accurate time in Edinburgh, so that you could set your chronometer and set sail from Leith. The site here is very much connected to knowing where you are in the world, being able to accurately predict when you're going to arrive somewhere else.
The City Observatory and the Transit House have the meridional slots, which are a fantastic invention that Playfair came up with, these dramatic slices through the building. We've glazed over the slots so that they can be open to the sky.
Make this walkway that goes all the way around the site. It's like a perambulation of the site, and that also tells a kind of chronological story of the city. So while you're walking around it, you're looking at the crags and geology, and then the old town, then the new town, and then you go down into the contemporary art spaces. So we're trying to reflect, you know, all these different histories in one site as well.
Being up here, you see that people meander in their own way and do their own thing. This building that was, on the building at risk register, it was falling in bits and it didn't have a purpose. And it's been a huge challenge and a huge effort by a huge team of people to get it as it is today.
We've been hugely excited to work with a young Scottish architect on this project. Someone that has a very clear vision about how both the heritage of the architecture and new architecture can work together and knit well together, so that you can experience the best of the old Scottish architecture at the same time as having that vision and clarity to the new work.